Hi everybody, I am going to be doing a short video on how to set up your canvas from a blank shell imported from our schools. So I have already imported the shell, and before we started on working on it, I wanted to give you guys a little short list of things that you'll need to get started. So you're going to need a picture of the teacher. I would pick a picture you like of yourself because it's going to be there for everybody. I personally typed my bio up ahead of time so I could copy it and paste it. Some things you might want to put in there: name, the subject you teach, the different classes you teach if there's more than one, your room number, a phone number to contact you, an email to contact you, something fun about yourself maybe, so it's interesting, and something about your education or degree or what you majored in college and things like that. I added a horizontal photo for a banner at the top of mine. I made sure I cropped it so it's long and thin, and you'll see why when we get to that point. You're required by Guilford County Schools to have a short welcome video. For my school, all we were required to include was our name, what subject we teach, and then welcome to your school virtual class. So mine is Shannon Myers. I teach art, or I teach visual art, and welcome to Dudley High School's virtual art class. It only took me 8 seconds to record it. I did have to do it 2 or 3 times. The last one I just decided that was going to have to do, but I think that makes you look human. And I also recommend going ahead and having an agenda for the whole week that includes one assignment for each day at a minimum, and then supporting materials to go with that, like maybe a video to watch or a document to read or a PowerPoint presentation, or one of those things along with live teaching times. You're also going to need to know the schedule for your live teaching or streaming teaching. So that kind of stuff is important to have on hand. All right, so we're going to go to the shell. This is the blank canvas shell that I set up. I called my class the blank canvas shell so I don't accidentally do something with it I'm not supposed to, like share it. And we're going to start on the home page. The very first thing that I need to do is go to edit. And this allows me to make changes to the home page. You can either use this to pull down your window to make it bigger, or you can click inside the window and hit your enter key, and it'll make it a little bit bigger for you to see everything, okay? The very first thing I am gonna do is I don't like this picture, so I am going to change that picture. You can see my cursor here. I'm gonna click on the picture. Now for the image options, I could change that picture size, but right now I'm just going to delete it, and I'm going to use the delete button on my keyboard. So now I have an empty row here, and I can insert the picture that I want. So if I wanted to create more than one row and have typing at the top, I can create that by adding a plus sign with a column. Wherever the plus sign is where it'll create it. So this one would create it above, that one below, that one would delete it entirely. And these would add things to the sides, okay? So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna use this little picture image, and I'm going to upload an image. I already have mine uploaded. So if it's already uploaded to my files, which I did over here, by going to files, you can upload a large volume of files all at once so that they're already there and you don't have to wait every time. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to course images because that's where I've put them. A window will pop up, and I know this is my picture, but if you can't find it there, you'll scroll to find it. You can also sort them. So I'm going to choose this one, and it drops it in the full size of whatever the picture is. So this is way bigger than I need, and it messes up all the rest of the buttons. So I'm going to click back in that picture, and this little window will pop up that says image options. If I click on that, I can change the size here. So I'm going to change it because I've done it before, to at least large. And then you hit enter or done down here. And it will make the picture smaller. So because my picture is very light on this side and dark on this side, I'm going to change how it formats in the box to formatting towards the left. Nope, wrong one. So this one, and I'm going to choose formatting to the left instead of centered. And that gives me the option of only pulling once to get it to the size I need. So I'll hover over this box till I get the arrow. It has to be highlighted at that time. I'll hold it down and I'll stretch it all the way to the last dotted line over here, which is the edge of my shell. Now it has a little space here. I could actually go just a little bit further. I don't know why it does that, but I have that edge light, so it's not going to show very much. So that's how you would change the picture that appears right here. I would type in my course name here. We're calling this one blank canvas shell. I have my caps lock on, so you could change that so it's not all caps if you wanted to. If you want to make this more bold so that the students really know where they're at, you can highlight that and you can alter the text to like bold or change the font size here or the type of font that it is here. There aren't a whole lot of options for fonts. And that's probably good because it keeps it simple. So I'm going to make mine bold. I like the size it is. Over here, I'm going to put in my teacher name and my contact information. And I'm Ms. Shannon Myers. And make sure that you have everything formatted right and spelled right, okay? Here for my contact information, I'm supposed to put my phone and my email. For this, I'm going to put in a fake number or the number of my school. How about the number of my school? Nope, that's not it. It's 8103. Nope, 8130. Okay, so I got my number right. And then I also want to put my email. You should put a space there. And my email is smyerss2@gcsnc.com. Put some spaces to do that. And if I hit enter, this becomes a link automatically. So if somebody hovers over it, it will send out, it will take them to their email program to send out an email. I'm also going to change the font size of this because I have the room. And then that way it's easier for people to find. Notice how there's a little extra space here and I have my cursor down here. That's because I hit enter after. So I'm going to delete that so there's less space. Okay, so now we have all of the little things here set up. The next thing you need to do is your Meet Your Teacher. So if I click on that tab, it'll take me there. So what I first want to do is go ahead and save what I have by scrolling all the way to the bottom. Where is it? Okay, so I'm going to save it. And now that it's saved, number one, it's already published, so it's set that way. I'm going to go to Meet Your Teacher, and this will be the next thing I set up. I would go in here and change my picture again. I'm going to skip that because we already saw that. We put our name here. I have to, oh, made a mistake. You have to edit. You have to hit edit up here before you can do anything. It lets you highlight, and then all of a sudden you think you can do something and you can't. So you have to I'm going to click in the box and hit enter to make it big. I'm going to type my name here. And then I would copy my bio from my Word document and paste it in here, okay? Here they also want you to put your email, your phone number, and places that students can contact you at, okay? So they want your contact information in more than one place, so it can be found easily, very quickly. The next thing that is required is your video introduction here. This is what I talked about in the beginning when the things you need. So I recorded mine using my cell phone in a horizontal fashion so that it will fit into the window better. You could record it using Microsoft Teams, which I'll show you in a minute. You could record it using some other program that you prefer. I used my phone because it gave me the option of having on my little filter that makes my skin look pretty, and I could stand wherever I wanted to have good lighting. So I'm going to insert my video here. However, I want to embed it rather than using a link. If you use a link, then it'll have something here that you click on and it'll take you to a video in a completely different window, maybe even a different site. If you embed the video here, then students and parents can click on it right here in Canvas and watch it right there on the page without going anywhere. You also get to see the very first little bit of the video, not playing as a video, but as an image. So people are more likely to click on it and learn about you in a more normal face-to-face manner. So I recorded mine with my cell phone, so I'm going to click here. And in order to embed it, I can go here to the media link right here. So this is where I would upload or record course media. So if you need to upload it or record it, you can click here and it'll give you options for that. I've already uploaded it to my files section, so I'm going to use course media. And then if you have user media, I guess you can click here and find stuff for that. But I'm going to choose course media. And I guess you don't actually have to embed it. We'll show you that later. I forgot that this is already uploaded. So I'm going to find my course files. And I believe this is the video. All right, so now my video is here. It's ready to play. I can even test it out once I save my picture. If I want, I can go to video options here. I can give a description. I can change the size. And we're choosing right here, embed video. If you changed it here to display text link, it will open in a new tab. We don't want to do that, okay? I am going to delete that text. I didn't have it in mind. Or you could also say, welcome to Miss. And I'm missing a space, so make sure I have that all right. And then I can click out of that. It's kind of glitchy because it's trying to make room for this. And then obviously my Grammarly thinks that it doesn't like the to being capitalized, so I like it. English teachers might hate me, but I am going to put a space here after my Ms. Let's see what Grammarly says now. Okay, we'll do, no, I don't want it to twice. Okay, so now that's already in there, it's ready to roll. We would have pasted our stuff here, and that's really all you need on this page. So I'm going to click save. If you accidentally click cancel, it will give you a warning here saying that you have unsaved changes. Are you sure? If you hate everything, you can say cancel and you'll start fresh. If you say okay, then you can go save, which I didn't because I'm a jerk. So anyway, we would have saved there. If you click this next button right down here, you can go to the next page they want you to fill, rather than going to all the way back to the home page. You can also go all the way back to the home page here and click the next button. But if you click next, it takes you right to the next page, which is about live teaching times. All right. You need to paste your live teaching times in here because as a high schooler, a high school teacher, our students change classes frequently. I put mine in a grid. And so I'm actually going to open my own other page so that I can just copy it from there. So this is what I'm going to do. So you'll get to see a little bit of my own page. So we're going to go to my dashboard, choose my real live page here, and I'm going to go to live teaching times. And this is what mine looks like, okay? So I'm actually going to copy all this text right here so I don't have to paste it in. I mean, so I don't have to type it. So if I go back to my dashboard and go to our blank canvas here, we can go to the live teaching times again. This is where I'm going to insert my live teaching times. So if I do it right here, that should set it up as a link, but it's not already set up as a link. They have it highlighted so you won't forget it. Okay. And I'm going to paste. I want to paste in the text, but I think I need to create a chart first. So I'm going to delete this stuff. Oh, again, I have to hit edit. So obviously, sometimes if you make mistakes, then other people can learn from them. Okay, so we're going to edit this. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go up here to table. And I'm going to create a table. And I think my table needed 3 lines and 8 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. And I'm sure because right down there at the bottom it tells me. So 8 by 3. And I'm going to paste, and hopefully it goes in the way it's supposed to, and there it did. Okay. So I actually made mine a little bit bigger by doing this so that it's not all squished. And this should link me right to my time. I'm going to show you how I did that in just 1 second, okay? So now that I have it in here, it has the time, which is not in the right place. So I can actually take all of this and delete it and then go over to here and repaste it. All right, so that works better. I can move the blocks around here by hovering over one of the dotted lines. We don't need a bunch of room for the lunch break. And it'd be better to have more room for each block. You can also go here and set the width, but I think I just eyeballed mine. I also don't need that much time for my planning. And because Monday through Thursday, we're doing live instruction every single day, I'm leaving it, I'm having Monday through Thursday on one section, and on Friday, we're doing tutorial and extra help. And that'll actually start about the 3rd week. So I went ahead and put it in. And each of these that's blue has a link already on it. Down here, you would type in your office hours, even though I have it up here as my planning, and those would technically be my office hours. A lot of parents and students don't understand that. So down here, I'll say office hours are from 9 to 10:30 and from 2:40 to 3:15, and that would be the hours that they can contact you, email you, call you, and you would hopefully be able to pick up the phone if you're not already in a meeting or unavailable because you're traveling or something to campus or whatever. Okay, so you would need to paste that in there as well. Now right here, it says no, all live class time should be recorded and inserted into the lesson page so students have an opportunity to see that lesson. So if they can't log in for these live help times, you will post a video of one of these teaching sessions or all of them, and it'll link so that the student can watch it later. And if you're doing your live teaching through Microsoft MS meeting or Teams, then you will be able to hit the record button and it will record your lesson. And once you stop recording, about 10 minutes later, it'll send you a link to your file so you can add it wherever you need to in your page. Okay. So now that we have that full, All right. I am going to save that. And I'm going to show you how I created the links for this. So we're going to go to Microsoft Teams, and I'm going to switch my share window here. So you get to see me late at night, bright light. We're going to share our tray, and I'm going to find Microsoft Teams. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to share. I want to share screen one. Every time I do this, I have a hard time with it. Okay. Open my share tray. I want to share this window. Okay, so I'm going to look in the window. I don't think you can see the window because it's not highlighted in red. Okay, so it's going to share my screen. I'm going to open Microsoft Teams up. There we go. All right, so in Microsoft Teams, I'm going to come over here to where it says Teams. They look like little weeble wobbles. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to double click on that or get to it. So I'm going to double click. And then I have a little meeting that I created here called Meet Cute. I'm going to do another. If you've already created a team, you can use that. So I created a team for my second block, my third block, and my fourth block. I'm going to create a new team so that you guys can see it, and we're going to call it Canvas Super Stars. I can put a description in here if I want to. You don't have to. I'm going to say next. Okay. And then I'm going to add some people into my group. So I would start typing a name. And I tried to type my name because I always want to try and add myself, but it never comes up because I'm already in it as an owner. So I could add somebody's name, I click on them and get a whole bunch of names. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip it because we don't need to add people and email them. If you add people right there and you do the next step, you're going to be emailing them. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here to my calendar. And I'm going to double click on it. And then I'm going to set a meeting. So we're going to set our meeting for 10 p.m. every single night, or 10 p.m. I'm choosing it tonight. And because it's going to be your live teaching time for every single class, if that class meets every day, you're going to come over here and you're going to say, oh, we have to add a title. Okay, so Canvas Superstar Meet. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say that it repeats. So if I have people who are required to attend, I can add their name here. But if I already added them into my team, they will all get an invite. Okay. You can say it's required. And then you could also add like an optional person if you wanted to, like you were inviting somebody to come and join. So I'm going to make it repeat. And I want it to repeat every weekday because that's when we have school. If you only wanted it to repeat on certain days, you could go to daily. And it should pull, it would normally pull up an option for you to change the date. So it'll normally have like a highlight thing. Let's choose Monday through Friday. We could add a channel. So then that would mean that I can come down here and I can add, where are we? The Canvas Superstars. And we're going to meet in the general room. And for my location, I always put virtual because I don't want them to try and come to my room. And then if I had new details, what we're going to talk about, I could put it here, but I'm not going to because we're going to meet every Monday through Friday, and that'll change. Okay. So now if I hit send right here, it's going to send out a notification to everybody in the team that we're going to have a meeting every Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. starting tonight. Okay. So once you do that, you'll hit send. And I can come down here and wait for the little meeting. And if I wait for the meeting and click on it, I can say meet now. But if I do that, you guys will lose me. So if I go to the meet now, I'm going to go back to our Teams page that we're at. So we're going back here. So I'm going to go to my Teams page here. I'm going to pull up my chat. And this little join means that I am not in the right chat. That's not what I want. I want to go back to this page and I want to pull up my chat here. Okay. So if I pull up my chat here, I have my meeting call. And there should be a place where I can invite people, but it might not give me that because it's just me. So let's see. Once you go to meet now for that call, you can invite people. So it would be someplace right up here where you invite people. Let's see if we can do that. We can see, let's see the meeting details, see if something comes up. Okay, so with if you go to here and you go to the meeting details, then I can come over here and I can copy the join info. So I'm going to come there. It's copied to my clipboard. I'm going to switch back to our Canvas page. And now I can go in here and I can highlight this part. So let's say second block is going to go to that meeting. But I have to be in the edit section. So we go back to the edit section. I would always save before you leave this window so you don't accidentally lose content. And this window right here is super important. It says auto-save content exists. Would you like to load the auto-save content instead? The answer is no. If you say yes, everything that you have changed so far goes back to what it was before, okay? So you want to definitely choose no, all right? So autosave content exists. Would you like to load the autosave content instead? No, we do not. Okay, I'm going to click back in this window. I'm going to hit my enter to make it big. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to click on the link and I'm going to say link options. And right here where the link is, I have something already. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to paste the link that I just got from, why isn't it pasting? I'm going to paint the link that I just got from Microsoft Teams. Let me get the copy join info. All right, we'll go back. And I don't like that. Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to paste it somewhere else. Obviously, I can't remember how I did that. So let's see. They did paste something. It just has a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe if I say copy join info. Let's so I can get a link to my channel on the general page. So if I go back in and I click on Teams, it will, let me show you what the window looks like. So the window looks like this. And I come over here and I can say get link to channel, which will get them into Canvas Superstars. And then all they have to do is go up here to me. So I'm going to say get the link to the channel. I'm going to copy it. It looks different than the one I just copied. And then I can go back to my Canvas. And here I'm going to paste all of that. So I'm going to select all and delete that. And I'm going to paste it in. And then hit enter and it'll come up. So if I was done editing, it'll let me test the link. I don't think it lets me test it here, but it might. Yep. So it lets me test it here. If I click it, it'll take me to join conversation. You can open Microsoft Teams. And I think if you hit cancel, it allows you to open using the web app. I recommend you have your students download the Teams app to their device if they can do that, because it's much easier than to join the conversation. So that would take me there, okay? You would want to do that. Because I have 3 separate classes, so I don't have 90 kids in one class, I have a separate group for second block, a separate group for third block, and a separate group for fourth block. Right now, both of these have the same link, and I'm probably going to keep it that way for Fridays when it's just extra help, so that I don't have to worry about changing anything, okay? So once you're done with that, you're going to click Save down here at the bottom. And when you get to the bottom of that page, you can click Next, and it'll take you to the next tab. This tab is all about the month of August. I personally deleted these 2 buttons because there's not going to be anything there. We've already passed those weeks. So you can do that by clicking, once you're in the edit, you can click the button. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to edit. And we click in here and hit enter. And I'm going to take this button and I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to delete this one too. And I'm just clicking on it till it highlights like this. And I'm hitting the delete button on my computer. Now, if you wanted to, you could take this button and we could copy it and we can paste it right here, which I didn't hit the right button, so it didn't work. So I'm going to undo. On your keyboard, if you want to undo something you just did, just Control Z on a PC, and the little loop-de-doop symbol and Z on a Mac. So I'm going to Control C to copy it. I'm going to come over here and paste it with Control V. Some people have a hard time remembering that. The best way to explain that is Control C for copy, like I see this, and then Control V for it goes right here and it's pointing at that spot. So now I can come back over here and I can delete that image. All right, so you could do that way. You could also take these and you can move them all to one of these columns. So if I was going to do that, then I'm going to paste that one here. And I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to copy and paste it here. And this one, I'm going to copy it and paste it here. And then I can delete these. Now, remember when we talked about the tables and how you could add and delete rows? Right now I'm in a row that I don't want because it just creates extra empty space. So I am going to delete my row. This is a delete the whole table. No, that's a delete the row. If I do this, I delete the whole table. So I'm going to delete the row. And let's see if I can do it again. And I'm going to delete the row again. So now I have less space there. And now I'm going to save because I still need all of these weeks. And you don't even have to modify that. You can modify this picture again. So like I did the pictures on all the pages first so that I was doing it all together. And then we're going to click save down here. And if I click next, it's going to take me, I believe, to this page. But we could also just click the page that we want. And it will take me to the week of August 17th. And this is where you're going to put your agenda that we talked about, okay? When you paste stuff in, be careful because you can paste over this and then you don't have that cool thing. So if I want to have an assignment, I'm going to click in here and I'm going to create an assignment. But again, I have to hit edit first. I think it's late and I'm tired. All right, enter. So right here, I'm going to enter a hyperlink to today's discussion or something. So we're going to type in assignment. And it is being glitchy. I want to make this bigger. So I'm going to change my font size so it's big and they don't miss it. And now I'm going to link it to a course link because it's going to take me to an assignment page. All right. I'm going to click assignments because I want to do an assignment page. If I don't do an assignment page for an assignment, it will not go into SpeedGrader and you will have to do extra work to grade it. So assignments should always go onto assignments. And if you have information that they just need to read and there's nothing to turn in for it, that's going to go on pages. Okay. If you have a quiz that you want to give after the assignment later in the week, you can give a quiz here. I haven't ever done quizzes. I teach art. I stopped giving quizzes a while ago and now it's just about creating art. So we're going to click assignments right here. I already have an assignment created. This is the parent guardian information. I'm going to put that in so that you guys can see how that's done. Let's say we want to have another one as well. I can copy, undo. I can copy this. And I can have a second assignment if I want. All right, so let's do an assignment where we're going to create an assignment. So here's my assignment. I'm going to create a link to it, a course link. Where is my course link here? I must have undone that. So we're creating a course link here. I'm going to choose the assignment that we had. It goes in. It's highlighted. If I click it, it'll take me there. For this one, I'm going to create a new assignment, okay? So we're going to go back up to the link up here. It looks like chains. We're going to go to course links. We're going to go to assignments. And I really want to create a new one, but I think that I have to go to assignments to create a new one. So we're going to save our page. I'm going to go over here to assignments. If you see this eyeball and it has a line through it, that means students can't see it, which we want to keep. We're still going to create an assignment, but they're only going to be able to find it here on my weekly agenda page. That reduces confusion and students going straight to the assignments without doing other things. So I'm going to make a new assignment. So we're going to plus assignment here. It is going to be create a Canvas page. And I would put information about what it requires here, okay? Maybe you put a checklist. Maybe you make them spell check this for you like I need. But whatever you choose, that's information about the assignment, okay? Maybe it's something they read and then they do something after. So it's in assignment group assignments. I'm going to display mine as a percentage because it's just easier for me to say you did 50% of it or 70% of it or 100% of it. If you want it to go into SpeedGrader, you have to choose one of these options. Sometimes you're going to still have to go look at it somewhere else and come back and SpeedGrade it and mark it complete. And sometimes you're not going to have to. If I do text entry, then they have to type an answer to the question. I could have them watch a media recording and respond to it, or I could have them not respond to the media recording. I could have them make a media recording that responds to the question here. You can have them upload a file. So if you want them to write a paper and they don't have to type it, they can write or draw on their paper, take a picture, and do a file upload, okay? If you go here and you say restrict file upload file types, you're making a headache for your parents and your kids. I don't restrict it because maybe my student's picture got taken as a PNG or a TIFF or a JPEG, and if I choose one, then I might miss out on an assignment and create more headaches. If you're asking for something text, I would not restrict that. That way they can submit it as a PDF, as a text document, as a Word file, whatever, okay? There are ways to convert those files on the web if you can't read it. You do the extra work unless they're trying to do something that is technology based and you need to have them do a specific file type. So you can choose all of these different things. If you only want to let them choose it once, then they have a limited amount. I leave it unlimited because it's about learning and not necessarily about getting something done in a certain time. You can create it as a group assignment. I've never done this, so I can't talk about that. You can assign it to everybody or specific groups or people. If you created groups inside your Canvas course of your students, you can assign it and differentiate instruction. So your really high flyers, you can have a version of this that's a little more complicated or has extra steps. And for your lower flyers, you could have it a little bit easier, okay? You're gonna choose a due date. I've been choosing a week from the day. You don't want to choose something really far out because you want them to go ahead and do it and not save everything for the end. But for my high schoolers, a lot of them can't always go to the live thing when they need to because their little brothers or sisters are there or they're working or whatever. So I give them a week because that's how long I can change the attendance for. So I chose that time. You could set a specific time here. If you don't, it's midnight of that day. So, well, a minute before midnight. So it's due on August 26th within the last minute of the day. I can make it available from tomorrow until well after the assignment is due, whatever date you choose, okay? You could make it so that if it's not done by the due date, then they can't do anything for it. And then we would say save and publish. If you needed to add something or edit in here, you could just save, but we're gonna go ahead and save and publish so it's ready to roll. And then I can go back to my pages here, or I can go to the home page, find my month, which I think this is kind of easier, find my week, click edit. No, we don't want to load the autosave content because we would lose all of the work we already did on that page. So come in here, hit enter, make it big. And for our assignment that we just did, we're going to click here. I'm going to do a course link. I'm going to click assignments. I'm going to click my new assignment. And now it's linked. So if I'm here, I can click on that. It will take me to the page that tells me what to do in my assignment, how to turn it in, and I can turn it in there. And then that will come up for you on SpeedGrader. All right. If we have a meeting, I still leave this right here. And then I put that link that I had for the meeting copied in there as well. I put my links for my live instruction on multiple pages so multiple people can find it in different ways because everybody's different. All right. So we would do all these things. They have a place where you can have practice, extra practice, additional resources, extras. You could put in extra work there that you require for certain people. You could put in an extra fun activity where they can play a game with their family or something else, maybe a video they watch when they're done as a celebration, whatever you like. All right. Whenever you're editing the page, you always want to leave it as only teachers can edit this page. Otherwise, people can edit your page for you and you don't want that to happen. So we're going to save that. Now, I believe that we have set all of the specific things that we're required to do. Let's see what happens when we hit the next page. I bet it takes us to the next week. So if we hit next after that, it takes us to the next week. All right. So here's the thing. This next week is already published, but we don't have anything in there. All right. You can choose unpublished right here. That doesn't mean it disappears for you. It means it disappears for students. Okay. So I'm actually going to go over here to view all pages really quick. And we are going to look at all of the pages. So right now, if it has a green check here, it's published. Okay. I don't need my students going to April 2021. So I'm gonna unpublish it. So all these months that I'm not using yet, I'm gonna unpublish it. Don't unpublish your getting started or your home page. We're gonna unpublish these. Live teaching times I wanna keep. Unpublish, unpublish, meet the teacher, I wanna keep it. Unpublish, unpublish, unpublish. Week of April 5th, no, no, no. We don't need any of these. I'm gonna keep August 17th. If I want, you could keep August 17th. Well, you need to because that's the week we're on now. So I already unpublished week of 24. So I'm gonna unpublish all these others. These are all weeks of something. Be careful when you're doing it. If you unpublish a page and a student clicks a link to that page, it will say unavailable or take them to nothing. I haven't tried it, but you don't need to give them extra stuff to navigate through that they don't need. So it can take some time. I can move through it pretty fast because I've already done it all. If you click it twice, it will republish itself. All right, so everything here is unpublished except for what I want them to see. So this week's assignments, we don't want them to see August 3rd. Meet the teacher, live teaching times, our home page, how to get started, the month of August. Okay. If now I can go back to my home page again, and you can test out your links. If you want to see what the students can do, you can click student view and it will allow you to view as if you're a student. So I can click the meet your teacher and see that it goes someplace and my stuff appears. If I'm done looking as a student, then I can say leave student view, right? That gives you an opportunity to test assignments, make sure all your links work. And there's another way to make sure your links work as well. We are going to do an announcement because for my class, I also have an announcement that gives them live teaching times and tells them something important. So if you create an announcement here, we're going to give the topic title, Canvas page creation, and we're going to say blah, 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 blah. You could put a link in here. So like I could highlight my blah, 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 and put a link in. I could add a picture to look at. I could add something to watch. I could add a document like my course syllabus, whatever. You can choose a file here. We want to post it to all sections. Unless you want to change that, you would hit X here and then you would choose other things, okay? You can opt to delay posting. In the spring when we weren't doing live teaching, I would post the announcement with an assignment the night before and have it set to post at a specific time. You can allow students to comment on the announcement or not. If you're allowing them to comment, you can also make them post before they reply to somebody else. You can allow a like, you can do all these things. If I choose delay posting, it is going to come up with a calendar and I can choose it. So I want mine to post tomorrow at 8 a.m. And check your time here, because if you're not paying attention, you could end up with a PM. Okay, and then I would save it. Now, notice it's still hidden right here, okay? So the students can't see that if I don't do one other step. And that one other step is down here at settings. For the course details, I can choose all of these different things. We can choose when it's going to start and end. Ours started to that day, and it's going to end. Ooh, it could go all the way to June, so let's set it at June 30th. Hopefully that doesn't happen. You can make sure, oh, I had the start date, so we have the start date back here. So there's my start date. Just click in here for the end date. And you can also do this so students can only participate during those dates. You don't necessarily need to do that. You can restrict them from viewing it before or after. You can change your language. You can do all these things. If you scroll way, way, way down, there's a more options thing right here. They really bury this announcement thing. So click the more options. And right here it says show recent announcements on course homepage. I'm going to click that. I personally have mine set at 3. If you haven't read the last 3 announcements, then we probably need to have a conversation. It gives them these other chains that you can change. And right now it's still set, so only teachers can create, rename, and edit course pages, which is what we want to keep. So we'll update the course details. And now if I go back to my home page, you'll also see that announcements here is highlighted. They can still click on announcements and see more than 3, but the top 3 are going to appear here. And this one is titled Blank Canvas Shell. And then I can click here, or I'll see the whole announcement. If it has a lot of text, it'll say see more, and you can click there, and then you get to see the announcement. Okay? Once we're all done, the very, very last thing you want to do that you have all your stuff in is you're going to go up here to the unpublished, and you're going to publish it. If you don't have a green check here, the kids won't be able to find your course at all. And if you go to pages and none of the pages have a green check by them, where did we go? I think it's in files. No, it was on pages. Oh yeah, view all pages here. So I go to pages, I say view all pages here. When I'm ready to make something live, let's say it's April 2021, I'm going to click this box and publish it. If you don't click that box and publish it, or tell it to publish when you finish creating it or editing it, the students will not be able to see it. So that is super important, okay? A couple other things, you could go to the Commons and you can find lessons that you can look at and you can download into your course as a file, and then make them active. You can use this to talk to your students. Here in the calendar, you'll also see all of the assignments and when they're due post, okay? If you have questions about that or anything in here that we talked about and are not sure, you are welcome to pop me an email. My email is, let's do this. Let's do a screen share. I'm going to open my notes. New note. And my cell phone, I'm going to give you my email. So I'm Shannon Myers, and I am in Guilford County. And my email address is myers, the number 2, at gcsnc.com. Nope, it's not GCS.NC, it's gcsnc.com. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you can share that with somebody else. If I have another video that's similar, I'll share it as well. Everybody have a good night, and I will see you later maybe.